Hey everyone, my name is Matthew. I am also known as Foot Forward in the Dinar community. And if you've been following me for any length of time, particularly over the last 8 months, I think you will find this video of interest. And if you don't, well, that's okay. I should start this video off by saying I am not a financial expert. I have no financial expertise in consulting, and you shouldn't take this video as anything serious. Whatever else. This is not financial advice, essentially. Okay, so I just got off Twitter, and there's multiple reports coming out that Iran is set to pull out of a treaty, a nuclear treaty that they signed in 2015. What does this mean? Essentially, if they pull out of this treaty, I believe that it's tipping their hand and showing that they have every intention of developing nuclear weapons, which I actually think they've already have, and I think they're doing it so that they can go attack Israel and not have broken this treaty, so to speak. So I think something's going to happen here very quickly. If Iran actually pulls out of this accord, they're tipping their hand essentially, and they're saying, yes, we're making nuclear weapons, and yes, we intend to attack Israel. I don't think that's a huge surprise to most people. But if that happens, Donald Trump is not going to sit around and be idle. He's not going to wait for this to happen. There will be countermeasures put in very quickly. I've said for months and months, I believe that the US, Iran, and Israel will attack Iran's nuclear sites, destroy them. Iran will be liberated because their government will essentially surrender and they will have a new government. I believe when that happens, that will actually be the fulfillment of one of Kim Clement's prophecies, talking about there being a grave surrender. I also believe that that would send Iran's economy, and more importantly, their currency, into a tailspin. When that happens, I actually believe that that's the financial break, the break in the financial system in the Middle East that Kim also prophesied about. I know people have different interpretations for that word and how they read it. My interpretation has always been that there's going to be a break in the financial system in the Middle East. If you've watched my videos for any length of time recently, you know I've been on this Iran thing for a long time. And I understand people laughed at me. I don't care. This is going to happen. I believe this is going to happen. When Iran gets hit, God has told me we will be within days of the RV happening. Don't know how many days, but he was very specific in saying days. I don't know what that means. He didn't say weeks. He didn't say months. He didn't say years. He said within days. I don't have an exact number of days. That's what I was told. So that's what I'm praying for and believing for. I think we're in for a season where we see a lot of things happening. I believe we're going to see these 10 short wars that Kim had prophesied about, short in length but high in intensity. I also believe the wall is going to get built. I don't know if Trump calls a state of emergency or not, but also something else to watch for is I believe you're actually going to see high-profile Democrats that are going to get tired of what's going on in the Democratic Party, and particularly with those on the far left, and they are going to start voting with Republicans. When that happens, I think we're very close to a new united party, an American party, something like that, because there's this very dangerous spirit that's hanging off of some of these people, and it's going to spiral in pretty crazy ways. Like, it's even going to wake Democrats up as to what's going on. And don't get me wrong, the Republicans are far from being perfect. There's going to be shaking there. There's going to be stuff exposed on both sides. Like, there's stuff that needs to get dealt with. But we're in a very interesting time and season. We need to be praying. But one other thing I want to touch on. People keep saying that we're waiting for our blessing. The blessing already happened. When Jesus died on the cross for us, that blessing was released. We're not waiting for the blessing. The blessing has already come. Okay? We're contending for financial increase. We're contending for really big things. I believe this is just a seed that we're supposed to take and actually there's a lot more to come from this. The dinar is not our last financial vehicle. For years, I've seen dominoes lined up, and like they're financial dominoes, and the dinar was the first one to go. Kim Clement talked about 8 wells that were going to be released one at a time. So I believe we're supposed to get from one to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. And there's going to be 8 of these. And the people that follow this are going to be exorbitantly wealthy. But we also need to make sure that our souls are whole. I've been going through a lot of what I call God breaking up foundations in me and putting in new ones. And a lot of that actually has to do with restoration of the soul. There are Kim Clement videos that talk about this. If you look up Kim Clement Soul on YouTube, you'll find ones about restoration of the soul and how to take care of your soul and different things. I recommend watching all of those because I think it's really important. For a lot of people, you'll come into a lot of money, but you won't actually be rich because your soul is still in shambles. Our souls actually need to be whole. And I keep thinking, if the dinar had actually revalued 8 years ago, what a mess that would have been. Talking with a friend about that today. And it's just like, we need to be asking God, what needs to happen in me so that I'm ready, so that I can be thriving and use this in a really good way. Because if you're taking this in a scarcity mentality of I have to make this last and I'm just going to go hide out, you're going to be broke in 3 years. I can guarantee it. So stuff needs to change in us, in our souls. Be praying about that. Pray for the restoration of your soul. I think I'm going to cut this off here for now. I will let you guys know as soon as I hear anything else. You can follow me on Twitter. That's probably the easiest place right now. Please subscribe to me on YouTube. You can find me at FootForward26. You can find me at FootForward26 on Twitter as well. I'll have that down below. And if you guys have any questions, please let me know. Thank you guys for watching. Please feel free to share this video. And if you happen to copy this video, please put a link back to where people can go back to my page so they can subscribe to my page. Thank you very much.